We have some new tapes from the washi tape shop, and let's make this fun setup that looks quite complicated, but it comes together in a jiffy. So if you would like to see how the process unfolds, keep it right here. What's up everyone, this is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning. And if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here I share tips, ideas, and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. So here we have a good collection of old and newer tapes, and these are all the old tapes from the washi tape shop from my collection. And here on the right I have Dream of Venice, World Heritage. I also have the Floral Chronicles along with the Lotus Saga, and all of these were gifted to me by the washi tape shop. And I also have my usual tools that I love to use, and I have my self-healing cutting mat that I use alongside, and this is the A5 journal from Live Love Posh. And this is the last setup I have on here. This is using the petals and pages. It's more like a journaling kind of sticker book, and I did some simple Dutch doors. And I get requests for advanced Dutch doors and also simple ones. So I tried to bring both on my platforms. And if you like anything that you see, my code Priya10 can earn you 10% off at the washi tape shop, Live Love Posh, Planything, where these two sticker books are from, and just having them underneath so that I can have the journal all laying down flat. And all that information can be found in the description. And thanks to the washi tape shop for sending me these goodies so that I can share with all of you. And I love, and can you see all the mehndi from my wedding trip? It's starting to fade, but I have the brightest one on the left outside of my palm. And let's get to the Lotus Saga, which is one of my absolute favorite tapes so far. And as you can see, I have a lot of elements that I can bring in, and I did use it in a horizontal Dutch door in the wedding planner, wedding journal that I was taking. And here I would like to do a vertical spread, and I'm keeping it as close to real time as possible. It looks very complicated, but trust me, it comes together so quickly. And I wanted to do some simple ones that look slightly complicated, and I absolutely love how it turned out. So starting with my first element, and I also have this set of Pixel Dash washi tapes, and this is like a black and white set with lots of patterns, as you can see on the left side. And I'm going to use this squiggles kind of lines in the black and white, and let us see, that is going to be the base of the Dutch door that I'm going to do. And let me also take out my gyro cut, which is very well loved, and the blade is slightly on the blunter side. So for the washi tapes, I like to use it. You can get replacements for the gyro cut blade, and there is no way to actually sharpen it. So if you are on the lookout for a replacement blade, I would suggest you wait for some sale, and I will keep you in the loop as and when it happens, because not every day you get lucky with those. And this is the Gyro Cut Pro, and I have a full tutorial on how you can get started if you are somebody who is a total beginner and would love to use this fancy tool that makes cutting, paper crafting, and you can cut through a lot more materials especially with the Gyro Cut Pro. And this is our first Dutch door, nice and simple. How pretty is that? Now let's see. I don't have symmetrical elements, but I think the sizes pretty much match if you look closely. So this is going to be the back side of the Dutch door, because I like to decorate the back as well. And that washi cutter, which I'm using to make the tapes, the washi tapes, this is a washi tape material. Yes, that's true. And The washi tape shop has the PET versions also alongside for most designs, and it's just a different finish. That's all. If you're not sure what the difference is, the washi tape is more of a matte finish and it does not have a glare. And the PET tapes do have that shinier finish, glossier finish. And I'm going back with the gyro cut here again. And let me know if you have picked up this tape already, because it's been a few weeks since this came out. And the washi tape shop had been really generous with sending me a whole bunch of goodies. And I have the full unboxing and also an earlier setup, which I touched on earlier with a horizontal setup. And this is my first Dutch door all complete. I love this particular washi tape that I just used for this Dutch door the most, I think, in that, and maybe the film strip washi as well. So I would love to keep rotating between the other patterns as well, so that I will not end up using my favorite washi entirely, right? So that is the next Dutch door, and that's a beautiful house in the backdrop. And I would like this particular house, which can be used for the symmetrical aspects, with just putting that aside until we finish with this whole page. And these crows are like so beautiful, especially when you can place them anywhere you want, right? These are individual elements, perfectly cut for all your needs. So you can just build beautiful, beautiful scenes with them. And let me know how you like these colors, because if you haven't guessed by now, purple is my favorite color. And in combination with green, it's chef's kiss. It's totally it's just too beautiful. I'm sorry. If you're not a purple lover, I'm so sorry. This is so pretty, and I can't stop talking about it. And let's now build some of the other layers, because you have a lotus pond. And if you have a similar kind of vibe going on in any place where you have visited or where you're originally from, you will understand how the whole look is. And where I come from, we do have a tropical weather, and lotus, such ponds and water bodies are really common. So when you drive by, you do see a lot of these similar looking scenes in my hometown. So I can really, really relate to all this beauty. And I'm going with this particular washi set for the next Dutch door, and I'm leaving a bit of a gap between the pages, as you can see. And let's now trim that washi tape before we get trimming on the elements. And switching between the two gyro cuts. And I have linked all the products I'm using, including my gyro cut. Both of them are linked, along with the glue tape, the scissors. The glue tape, the scissors, both the scissors are from Journal Say, and my code Priya can earn you 8% off when you shop Journal Say. And the exact names of the products will be in the description, and they do go through their inventory quite a lot. So if you can't find exactly what I'm using, there will be something similar on the website. And this is the next Dutch door, and let's get to the back of the page. And we have so many fun elements we can bring in, right? And this is going to be those hanging clusters, but I think I would rather have the beauty of the house show through in its entirety, because if I put too many elements, bigger elements close to that house, I don't think I will be able to enjoy the beauty of that house. And we have lots of ravens or crows, and we have lots of butterflies. So why don't we move one of them and bring in some butterflies, which are just perfect. And this was, again, I just used all the smaller components, which are so handy. You will see how we bring that together, especially on the left side of the page as I wind up the whole spread. And this is going to be the back page of it. And let me know if you are more comfortable with horizontal Dutch doors, or are you a vertical Dutch doors person? I like to do both because sometimes I find that the horizontal Dutch doors are something where I end up wasting a lot of the page. So it gets a bit sad when I have to cut off the majority of the page. And the vertical Dutch doors, I think that way I will be able to use most of it. And I want to definitely bring in that koi pond, but I think I will just save it for the very last page because I don't want all of that to just get lost. And yeah, I think that girl on the boat or the kayak can sit right there, and that lines up perfectly with all the elements we have going on. And we will also bring in another one of these clusters just like so, so that there's some continuity, So these are going to be the simple things you can do, because just try adding layers, because when you watch or check out the whole spread once it's all said and done from the front, it makes a huge difference when you have different layers that are just lined up perfectly. And this is going to be the next pattern I'm using, because why not? These are leaves on vines. So this is going to be another fun one, and I will trim some of the tapes going on the girl and that big sticker. And I'm going to cut around that small cluster, and then I will go ahead and add a couple more. Yeah, that's come off, and let's now see. I will trim there, and I will, because I hate wasting the tape, especially with such beautiful patterns on them. So I'm going to use it to the max. And let me know what your favorite piece of stationery would be, because you have washi tapes, you have stickers, you have ephemera, you have scrapbook paper, you have flakes, the PET flakes, which work just like stickers. What would you consider as your favorite element when it comes to stationery for your planners and journals? I'm just curious because everybody is different, right? And here I'm going to trim off that side, and we will get working on the rest of the Dutch door. How simple was that? And you think it took forever, right? And this was the last Dutch door we are doing this time. And next I will have some bigger components. I could have added another page, but I thought that koi pond needed to be seen in its entirety. So that is why I decided to just stop at 3 Dutch doors. Let's just take off some of the sticker paper from inside that bridge between the railings. And next we will have, I'll add one more of those clusters, finishing off that white part, and maybe one more of that cluster. And this is going to be, yes, that looks pretty nice and simple. So I'm using the same washi tape. And when you look at the tapes that I have put out on the left side, you will see a lot of the favorites. And that was a dark academia set from the washi tape shop, and that was a very well loved one. And they just keep restocking and it gets sold quite fast, which totally makes sense because it's such a great set of washi tapes. And this is going to be, yeah, let's just carefully take off the washi tape. And we will also trim around this bridge over the pond. And just how easy was this? So that is our next Dutch door all completed. And we will now bring in some of the bigger elements. And I will also pull one of the older washi tapes from the washi tape shop, because I wanted to bring in, because just this by itself and just that girl hanging out in the pond, it just lacked something. And you will see what exactly I'm talking about and what I bring in later, because this was filmed on 2 different days. One part I had to stop, and mom duties take over sometimes, so I had to stop and come back the next day. So I did think a bit before I completed the whole setup. So this is our koi pond, which looks really nice, especially against that girl who is sitting on the boat and she's trying to feed a bird there. So this is our next Dutch door, and this is going to be the next big element, but I think it can just scoot over a bit to the left. Yeah, I think that's perfectly down. And this was the tape I was talking about, and this is called the Leisurely Days. And you have a whole bunch of these girls who are taking their days leisurely, right? That's why it is called the Leisurely Days. And we have a whole bunch of activities that the girls are doing. So I think, yeah, this girl can be, yeah, we might need to scoot over that sticker a bit more. And this is going to be, yeah, let's just put down the girl and then we will bring the other elements. Yeah, that's perfect. And we will also move that a bit to the left and just, yeah. I think the layers lined up correctly. And we will also add some other components because she can't be reaching out to nowhere, right? And I think I will bring in those butterflies and the crows. All of them can add all those layers and the dimension we need, especially with such beautiful illustrations. Yeah. And the crows are flying in various angles, various directions, so it gets really interesting. And that is going to be, yes, that is, yeah, those butterflies in various sizes and various angles, various orientations are just so pretty. And we also have a lot of those individual lotus blooms as well, which can really be brought in. And yeah, the crows can fly anywhere, right? So I think adding that lotus at the bottom left corner, on the right corner, I mean, really extended that koi pond a bit more to the right. Do you agree? And we have all these bunnies who are like so cute. And I think we will start with that arched door. And don't worry, we will add the layers and we will add more elements to the clusters so that we can have some interesting backdrop to the archway. And because we have all these elements that we can just build scenes with, and we talk about building scenes all the time, and this is where you just see that in action. And I did put it down there, but I thought, yeah, that had to be moved. You will see that. And we also have some of the other girls, which can also, at least one more girl can come in. And let's see, I don't want the same illustrations to be repeated. So that's why I thought I will not use the girl in the boat again. So that is going to be that floral wine from over the arch. And we also have, yeah, again, it's the same design. It's the same sticker, which I do not want lined up perfectly like on either side of the page. It would just show up, right? Let me do some thinking, and then I'm sure something will evolve. I hope you notice some of the bunnies in every page. I'm trying to also mix in the different angles or the different orientations they're seated in, because it all, those are minute things, but they do contribute towards the full look of the spread. So this is going to be our next one, and I think, I don't want any of the brighter oranges because there is not much orange in the whole setup until now. And I think we can bring in one more girl, and maybe, yeah, she can just water the garden, right? That is a perfectly relatable action, especially when you have such a beautiful garden. You will need watering the plants. Come on. Are you into gardening? Let me know in the comments. And this is going to be the next page. And yeah, this is when it hits that can complete the scene. And I'm going to have some savings in the space as well, because the archway and the space behind there is already wasted. So I think this completes that scene without using up more of the writable space. You know what I mean? Wow, that's really beautiful. Even though it might add a bit of bulk, I think it is just fine that I have some more of those layers or elements lined up. And that we have the next one. And we will have all these rock garden kind of elements that we can build smaller areas with. And I think I need to hide that tip of the hose, the garden hose. So that I think was helpful. And we also have some of those other longer elements which can come in handy. And this is the next cluster. And all of these are just so beautifully designed, and you have no idea, it's much more prettier in person. And trust me when I say this, because I know there are lots of these folks, lots of you love the color purple just like me. And if you are a purple lover, this is one of your dream tapes. And there is also a Lotus Twilight, which is more like a garden scene. And that is really, really beautifully done. And the illustrations are so pretty. And you can use it all year round, right? You can build beautiful sky scenes. And especially for me, I like to bring in those sky scenes and the beautiful sunset scenes and all that. And I usually resort to inking the pages, because sometimes I just don't get the correct sticker. So I end up bringing in the distress oxides. And if you are by any chance somebody who likes to bring in distress oxide in your planners or journals, I have a whole playlist of tutorials to get you started, because I do get asked that question a lot. I would love to use distress oxides, but whenever I use them, I end up smearing all over the place. What am I doing wrong? So I have addressed all these questions and I have given you the examples on what you should not be doing. And I will also let you know what you should be doing so that that does not happen, you know. So that is our next bunny going there. And as you can see, there are so many of these cuties who are just there and they're just playing because it's a garden. That's what bunnies do. And that is such pretty designs and so cute. See, just one of those, and the scene looks different. And we will also add this washi, and I'm not repeating the exact same washi on the exact right side of the page. So this is going to be the very last tape I used. And this is, I'm just securing the page underneath and I'm going to trim around there. And we have some more of that trimming to do even on the top portions, because some areas are really, it just covers up the designs on the archway. So I think that was beautiful. And you see how that water from the hose also comes and stops right there at the washi tape. So I think that came together really well. So I love how this turned out. And how easy was this? Just let me know in the comments. And if you like to see such creative setups in your planners or journals, please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and you turn on the bell notification as well, so that you can be sure you do not miss out on any of that coming. And please come follow me on Instagram. I do share more spreads and more sneaks, even if they don't quite get YouTube videos. And let's throw in some finishing touches before we can call it a spread. And we will also move some of the elements aside, and we will have some more of those clusters right there. And I love how this turned out. I have to be very honest. And I think I will just leave it at that. And the rest of the space can be used for journaling, so I'm not going to cover up a lot of the elements that are still there. And I'm just adding a few smaller elements to make the white space a little less prominent. And let us now see how we can add a couple more of the scraps on there, and we will have completed the spread. And the loudest shout out to the washi tape shop once again for sending me these. And I really am in awe of all the designs that you do, and this one was probably one of my favorites ever. And please check out all the other videos I mentioned, along with all the codes and shops and all that fun stuff you need to get shopping. And hope you are following along. And if there's anything specific you would like to see from me moving forward, please let me know in the comments and I can definitely accommodate that. And let me know if you like to do finishing touches on your spreads as well, because it does make a lot of difference when it comes to having the spread complete. So now let us complete some more of that white space on the left side, because it does look a bit odd, because that girl is just standing with lots of white space around her. And I will also come and add some more of those smaller elements to make the spread look a bit more fuller, but you could totally skip this part. And trust me, this took me just half an hour to pull together. And it looks much more elaborate, much more advanced. So just pick elements that are slightly bigger and make those layers. So that is what makes it look way too advanced than what it might be in reality. So I'm using some of the smaller elements also here, and you can see how I'm just filling the gap. It's like I'm painting a picture. I'm just finishing the smaller elements, and that really makes it pop. And we also have those butterflies to complete the scene, remember? And that just lines up perfectly against all that white space and the Dutch doors. And this is going to be the next set. And let me know how you like these colors and what your favorite design in this is. Is it one of those arched ways with the swing, or is it just that archway, garden archway, or is it more like the pond, the koi pond, the fountain? Lots of elements that you can enjoy, right? Yeah, just bringing in some more of those hanging vines, and that I just added just enough pop of color in the areas where it shows from the front, and that truly makes a difference in having a full spread. And let me know if you do Dutch doors and if you have tried something similar, if you have found any challenges, or if you have any specific questions in setting up your Dutch doors, or even if you're a total beginner, if you have any questions, I can help you with that. And also, please make sure that you check out the new releases that are coming, and there are some sales that happen. And I can't believe we are almost done with the first month of 2026 by the time you see this, because I'm filming this a bit in advance because I like to have at least 2 videos up and ready to go at any point. And if I'm able to do that, I think I'm a bit more under control. And if you are somebody who does YouTube videos, somebody who creates content, let me know if you are the same way. And let's just throw in that one more element, because we can always move the crows around. And I think that sun really made a difference, not just with the balancing of colors, but with the whole look of it. And I think the sun can go right at the top left corner, and that should complete that scene. And I think it turned out beautiful. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the process, and you saw tips and you heard me talk about tips on how you can make simple ones which look much more advanced. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.